What's going on, guys? It's been a while. This is Gutierrez on this episode of the Total Fight Mike. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Total Fight Challenge was a success, even though my IT and myself weren't there. My editor and producer, Pat, actually had contracted the flu. We weren't able to make it out there and commentate, but a couple of our guys were able to get out some some video with no audio. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I want to thank the cameramen, Frank and Gabe, so much for being there for us. And yeah, it's been a while since we've talked, actually. Quite a bit has happened. Frankie Edgar unfortunately lost his main event outing against Korean zombie Chan Sung Jung in the first round. This past weekend, we just had a very competitive match in the light heavyweight division. When it was actually for the light heavyweight title in the UFC. It was Jon Jones and Dominic Reyes, the then undefeated Dominic Reyes, going up and trying to rise to the occasion, if you will. And he's trying to take away that title, or at least he tried to take away that title. But Dominic Reyes put it on Jon Jones, man. Dominic Reyes was all up in Jon Jones's face, and when he wasn't, he was utilizing lateral movement left and right. He was very light on his feet. He had some amazing combinations with his hands. Had some pretty powerful kicks. Now, Dominic Reyes is traditionally a southpaw, but you actually saw him trying to step in with that front left hand and try to land a lead left hook from the orthodox position. It's very smart thing to do. It's a very intelligent thing to do. And you could tell that he's very talented, but he is very green. He is only 13th fight going up against Jon Jones, and he just barely edged him. Now, what was very controversial about that decision was, one, it was held in Texas. Two, they don't uphold to the new unified mixed martial arts rules. They uphold to the old ones. And three, that a lot of mixed martial arts media guys probably speculate that that's how Jon Jones got the decision over Dominic Reyes in this outing. First of all, what a tough fight. A lot of people argue that Dominic Reyes won rounds 1 through 3, while Jon Jones picked it up in rounds 4 and 5. Now, in Japan, who cares? In Japan, when you would fight in these organizations, Dream, Pride, Pancrase, Rings, the crowd would get so quiet. The crowd's so quiet, you could actually feel the fighters' feet like hit off the canvas. You would actually hear the ring or the canvas go boom, boom, boom. And also their judging is very different. They see the fight as a whole, and they don't look at fights round by round, kind of like how in America the mixed martial arts rules are very heavily borrowed from boxing. So a lot of these judges could be boxing judges when they're watching and scoring the fight. But I believe one of the judges, whose name I can't remember, but one of the judges who was scoring the fight, who scored the fight for Jon Jones, actually has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, a martial arts background. So it's tough action. It is really tough action when you fight for 25 minutes and the champion and the challenger is battered, bruised, beat up pretty bad. And then you also see the champion, battered, bruised, just messed up pretty bad. It's really difficult for judges to, at least in my eyes, for a judge to contest, hey, was this champion finished? Was this champion dominated? And that's the unfortunate thing about MMA judging and MMA scoring. When you look at these, when you go to these different states that have different rule sets and skill sets, different rule sets when they haven't adapted the new unified rules yet for mixed martial arts, it's very difficult. It is very difficult. Now, the one thing that can be said is next time Dominic Reyes decides to fight Jon Jones, just make sure you don't fight him in Texas. But for Dominic Reyes, a lot of people are going to argue this, but I don't believe he was robbed. I just believe that that the judges gave the fight to Jon Jones simply because he wasn't dominated or devastatingly dominated. Both guys were bloodied up, and it was a very good fight. It was a very highly contested fight. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of the Total Fight Mike. I look forward to hearing from you guys again, and I will see you guys in the sequel. Bye, everybody.